Hey,
Are we
Shayla
here?
Black.
Are we live?
Hey, Shayla Black. We are live, darling.
We're live.
We are
We're
live.
live.
We
Hi,
are live.
everybody. Hi, Holly. I'm sorry that you can't be with us. I understand you're working. I hope your knee feels better and try to survive the rain, my dear. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Tracy. Hey, Susan and Nicole, Tabitha. Hey, you guys. Got a Facebook user. I can't see your name, but hey, back. Hi, Kelly. Hey, Nikki Ann. Good to see you. Eve, the heroine of the hour, my friend. Thank you.
Eve, always to the rescue, Shayla
Always to
Black.
the rescue with
Always
Eve.
to the rescue.
Hi, Louise. Hey, Selena. Oh, yay. I do too. I love the duet narration, so I'm glad that you do as well. I'm killing you. I'm doing it nicely, Selena, I promise.
Selena, she's killing you softly with her song. Her
That's
song
right.
of words.
Hi, Sharon. Hi,
That's
Julie.
an old song, by the way. Selena
Thank
probably
you, Kathy.
outages you.
Look at Kathy wishing us a happy first
Hello,
anniversary.
Kathy. I saw what you posted about me, Shayla Black.
But you didn't comment.
Well, I was a little busy, but it touched my heart.
But you could touch my heart since you can't touch me any other way right now.
Well, I would love to touch you another way, but apparently that's inappropriate on live.
And baby's right here going, ew.
I do not condone this.
Shayla Black, that's why you have Bob over there in the corner.
That's right. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Virginia. Hi, Lisa. Sharon, you're here, but you're still showing up as Facebook user, my dear. Yes, thank you to everybody for pushing us over the limit so that we can all have a calendar next year.
Yay, calendar.
Here we go. I made the announcement that Charlie will be featured for October with the back crotch in the calendar. You're welcome. And they're all like,
Shayla, can you hear me? Shayla, can you hear me better now? Shayla, can you hear me better now?
No.
Worse?
Worse.
Huh. Well, I don't know what to do. Someone said I was in the bathroom, so I'm not really.
No, he's not in the bathroom. Hi,
how about now?
Hi, Michelle.
How about now? Is that better?
That's a little better. You just kind of sound far away.
Okay, I'm gonna max it out here.
Max it out, baby. Give me everything.
It's maxed. It's maxed. Right. I'll just use my big boy voice.
There you go. I like it.
All right.
Hey, Dana and Avita, Janine. Hi, everyone. Hi, Laura. You guys. Hi, Kathy. We will get to that, Kathy, in just a hot minute.
I am not in quarantine. No, we don't ascribe to those things anymore.
So we don't have to repeat the story a few times. Hi, Kim. Hi, Wendy. How are you guys? How is everybody?
It is so nice to see our friend Shayla Black. It is so nice.
Hi, Jana.
I've needed this.
Judith. Is my mic on? It says it's on, Nicole. Can you not hear me very well?
Is your mic set to well, I don't know if your mic's on because you sound kind of like you're
okay. Well, is that better? I turned it up a little bit.
Oh, that's way too loud.
Okay,
way too loud.
Well, then I'll turn it down. Is that better?
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine. I think that's fine.
Better.
See what happens when I'm not there? Do you see what happens when I'm not there?
I know.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Do all the things. Okay.
Rhonda says Rhonda Butterboss is 108 degrees there today.
You win. It was only 101 here today.
Only.
It
was 80 degrees here.
And I see another Facebook user. Hello. Let's see. I figured you would use quarantine instead of the doghouse. Well, he could be in that too, since we are not together for our first.
Yes, I know. Circumstances dictated otherwise.
Yes. Thank you for telling me that you hear us both fine. That's great. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, it is hot. It is really hot. Hi, Dawn. Will the calendar include 1 month with William and Bob? It just might. And Bat Crotch. You never know.
Me giving him a noogie. I don't know what's going to happen.
Says we sound great on YouTube. Yay.
On the bearskin rug, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see.
On the bearskin rug would be perfect. Oh, you are in quarantine. You tested positive.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. Sharon, I'm so sorry.
That's awful and no fun. And get well soon, my dear.
That sucks, darling.
Thank you, Jan. Good to see you. Hi, Vicky.
Hello, Vicky.
That's not good, Kelly. Is anybody else having problem? 106 in Phoenix. Yeah, I know. It's always hot there. Dry heat. It's a dry heat, which is true.
Ruth, you were right. We were on time.
We
We were
were
actually
on time. See, maybe we should
early.
be apart more. I don't know.
We were actually early.
We were.
But you know,
Oh, here we go.
happy to do
Boxcar booty.
oh my gosh, yeah. Just the Hey,
Or
can I
Shane
dab at the same
suggesting
time?
You can stroke Bob.
Shayla Black, can I dab at the same
No,
time
you
like
cannot
this?
dab.
Okay, darn.
Yeah, no.
Girls like that.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh my gosh. Kelly says Texas has 30 million people. All of Canada has 40 million. Oh my gosh. Texas, I heard someplace literally has like something like in the top 10 economies in the world, even though it's a state. Like, that's crazy to me.
Texas is so big.
It's so big.
It has the opportunity to diversify its business portfolio, but it's a juggernaut. I'll say that, and I'm thankful for it.
Is Tad going to be in the calendar?
Todd. Oh, Todd.
Hello from Argentina. Hi, Iris. It's good to see
Hello,
you.
hello.
Thank you for joining us. You are welcome, and it translated just fine. Let's see. You know what, Eve? I think he has. I think it's his new best friend. He actually thought about taking it with him on his trip, and I said, no,
Eve,
I have
Eve.
to have a penis if you're leaving.
Okay, Eve, I'm going to buy him pants. Okay, I'm sorry. He just needs pants. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, by the way, I'm William, and that's Shayla. Shayla writes the books. I do all the other things. But Mr. Peen made an appearance in 2 episodes of Wicked Wednesday. Both episodes were canceled, and you know the powers that be that canceled us because he had no pants. So
no, that's not why.
I'm just saying.
That's not why. That is actually not why. Oh, here we go. Jan says you should buy him a beret.
Oh my God, Jan, you're right. Oh my God, it'd be
beret.
perfect. And give him a French accent. That's what we need to do.
Oh, Christina says she was disappointed that he wasn't at Book Bonanza. You know, we
You know
just
what,
had a lot
Christina,
of shit to
good
carry,
point.
Christina, but it was good to see you.
You know what? I heard some people broke into the Book Bonanza tables. We're going to talk about that. He would have been the first they stole, probably because I paid him to. So anyway, there you go.
Probably would have. Oh, here's an idea. Forget the pants and get him a kilt. I like it.
You know, you live by the kilt, you die by the kilt.
And a monocle.
Well, that would make him look studious.
He would. Absolutely.
He would be serious about his craft. And what is his craft?
Whatever that craft may be.
Pleasing a woman. That's what it's all about. Yes.
Well, you keep freezing, William, so.
Uh-oh. Do I freeze?
Yeah, you froze. So whatever you said was lost.
It was not important.
Okay,
obviously.
Perfect.
Nope.
Christina, yeah, kind of, yeah.
Christina, we learned more after we left about some of the shenanigans that were going on, and I'm sorry to hear it. I'm sorry. I know a number of you were sharing things where they were going on out in the lines with groups of folks, but some of the things that were happening behind the scenes too, after hours and stuff, it's kind of distressing to hear.
Here we go. Get him a crown.
You know what? We'll
and
get
Susan
him.
Wants to know if he needs a shave.
Well, no, we'll get him one of those piercings, right?
Right. So Janine said it for us. Yay! We get a calendar. I know a lot of you wanted the calendar, so I am happy that we got there today. We
have 4 hours to go to stay at that level. Okay, so
we have to stay there.
We got to stay there. Yes. But that's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah, we'll talk about all the things that happened at Book Bonanza here in a hot minute.
We had a good time at Book Bonanza.
We did. We had a good time, Ruth. It was just there was a lot of stuff that apparently happened. Shenanigans. We did not see them, but anyway, let's start first by addressing the elephant in the room. You know, William and I have thought long and hard about this.
Guys.
Sometimes things just don't work out. No, that's not true.
Yeah, exactly. We've had a good run.
We
I mean,
tried, but we
30
thought
odd
we'd just
some odd
hang it up
years.
on our dating anniversary. It's
It's been a
fine.
great run. Shayla has decided to share me with the competition now, and
No,
you know
I've
what?
decided already that you need to come home and cook.
I wish her luck in her future endeavors. I
Yeah, that's
truly,
okay.
it'll be in the letter that I'm sending you. Yes,
Uh-huh.
exactly. That'll be the process server hanging it over to you.
Yeah, I don't
there you
think
go.
so.
You don't think so? You
You
don't think
can't
so?
afford to divorce me.
Yes. Either one of us, right?
No,
We're too
you're
invested.
stuck with me, baby.
Yeah, I know. I would be dateless for at least 2 or 3 days. It'd be tough. It'd be
It'd be
tough.
tough.
Anyway, no, I love my wife. Just want to let you guys know why I'm in Pennsylvania. While we were at Book Bonanza, I had a family emergency.
You want me to take
Something
over?
in my throat. My mom had a stroke, and she's doing okay. We got her help very, very quickly. So she got to the hospital quickly.
Why don't you let me, honey? We got a phone call last Thursday late afternoon, and we were scheduled to head out to Book Bonanza Friday morning. Thankfully, it's just not very far from our house, but we just didn't have a lot of information, and so if I inconvenienced anybody and you had heard, if you were at Book Bonanza and you heard I might not be there, there was a point at which I didn't know if I would be there. But we got enough information, thankfully, through the weekend to know that she was going to be, that she was doing well, and that they got her to her very early because William's niece was there, and she has
Yeah.
just graduated from nursing school, and so 911 got there very quickly.
And we're very fortunate that happened. Mom's responsive. She was spent a couple of days in ICU. She was moved last night to a rehabilitation center, and she's doing really well. We're just going to have to see how it goes over the next several days in trying to work on speech and occupational physical therapy and all those jazz, and of course spirits as well to keep those up. But
yeah,
it just hit us pretty quickly while we're at Book Bonanza, and I quickly, or as quickly as I could, I flew out Monday morning, got 7 a.m. I think I caught the 7 a.m. flight, and been here ever since. So my sister's been carrying the load. So happy to be here and help her out. I appreciate.
Thank you guys so much for
all the hugs and prayers. We do.
The well wishes, and we are fortunate because as some of you may know or remember, before my dad passed away, he had a stroke, and my mom didn't know the signs of a stroke, and she didn't call for help right away because it happened early in the morning, and she thought that dad just wasn't awake, and we'll never know what would have changed if she had recognized that his speech patterns and the things that were happening were indicative of a stroke, but she just didn't know. So, and we're so fortunate that William's niece, Avery, if you were here for the Thanksgiving episode, you saw Avery on camera with us for a little bit, and she's
just graduated and
for
got her RN
school.
license number today. Got her NCLEX done. She's awesome. She's doing well. Yeah, I'm very proud of her.
Passed her NCLEX.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, they're very slow to tell you, but they gave her RN number, so pretty much done. But
okay,
she's golden, and we're thankful for her. Thankful for the whole family, and I'll say this. I said I told my mom today while I was talking to her. That we're going to be talking about this on our Wicked Wednesday. And she was sad that she wasn't going to be able to watch this. But I said, I can tell you right now, you'll have an outpouring of prayers and hugs from everyone. And I see that here. And thank you. So
thank you, guys. And I think Kathy said it really, really well. We're a family here. So thank you so much for your love and support. It has been I have to be honest, it's been a really hard few days, you guys, not knowing really how she was going to be. Baby and I really wanted to go with William in support, but it was so last minute. And there's so much happening here, and I'm working and baby's working, and then we had to think about the cats and who was going to watch them, and it was just like a whole trying to
Oh yeah.
figure all the things out. What do we do? How do we do it? Like, anyway, so I think it's working out, and it's good that he is there to help, because in the midst of all of this, his sister has also not been well, so there was nobody really to help facilitate things if things needed to happen. So it's good for him to go out there and throw his weight around and do what he does best and tell people what to
And
do.
I do have considerable weight to throw around, but the good news is, I mean, it could have been so much worse, and she's doing great. We just got a bit of a recovery to go through and some planning to make, but that's a good thing that we actually have an opportunity to make plans. So I'm happy about that. So thank you guys for all the hugs and support. Truly appreciate it.
So he is staying at mom's house. So it is not a bathroom. It is at mom's place, because I don't know of him ever liking a butterfly thing like is over his head.
Yeah,
It's really not his jam.
that's not kind of my thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Unless it's a bugaloo, the girl that was the bugaloo in the Bugaloos. I liked her, but that was
Now
about
you're
it.
dating yourself.
Okay, sorry. What was her name? Shit, I can't remember her name.
I don't know, but I remember that show, and I was like, somebody make that theme song stop. It's awful.
The Bugaloos. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that's it exactly, Jan. We just spent like Thursday night not having any information. And I had meetings scheduled and stuff at Book Bonanza on Friday morning, and I didn't go because I was like, I don't know if I should be packing a suitcase or I should be packing up books to drive to the hotel. And we went back and forth for hours, and then we finally started getting positive and helpful information to make a decision, because otherwise I was like, I had my fingers on the send button going, I'm not going to be there, y'all. And I'm glad, I think it worked out well, because honestly, there wasn't a lot that he could have done there over the weekend. And I certainly think that the people who came to see us at Book Bonanza were happy to see him as well, because he did his usual selfie squat and it made people giggle. So.
Oh, my selfie squat? Yeah. I'm still recovering from the selfie squat. And I did post those, or you did. I'm sorry, you did it, not me. You posted the pictures in Book Bonanza attendee list.
Yeah.
I'll post those in the beauty so everyone can see them as well. So I'll get that done maybe tonight. So
thank you. So that is kind of what's going on, in addition to, yes, as we've talked about a little bit, Kickstarter, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. So this is the part where,
Lisa, I'm so sorry about your brother. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Last night?
Oh my gosh,
honey,
Lisa,
I am
that's terrible.
so sorry.
That's terrible.
My heart goes out to you.
Yes, darling. Oh,
I'm so
sorry.
Oh, just things are so hard right now.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Yeah. And many of you know I don't particularly sleep a lot when he's not here. So I'm not.
But I do know what makes you sleep well.
What?
She sent me a picture of Fiona stretched out on the bed, fast asleep, and I think baby was next to her, right?
Yeah.
Are you just gonna share the picture?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Are you really gonna share the picture?
Why not?
Okay, why not? Baby's on my side of the bed. I don't like it.
So here you guys go. And there's Fiona taking a stretch as there's baby in the background sleeping. Yeah. So anyway, it's besides Kickstarter, there's other things going on. Of course, Wicked and Bear releases on July 18th. You guys, it's like the book that won't end. I'm still writing, and I should have been done weeks ago, and it's just longer than I thought. And that's where we're at. But I have to tell you the other thing the cats did, because I got a giggle out of this. The morning.
This is becoming a cat video. It's just becoming a cat live.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Be happy.
Is it sponsored by Purina at least, so I can get a little? No. Okay. All right.
So the morning I took him to the airport, my cats, let me preface this by saying, never do anything other than sleep and meow and
nothing that's not in their best interest. Let's put it that way. They're self-interest.
Exactly. So suddenly it's like he left and they're like, we should do something productive. And I'm like, I had to take him super early to the airport. So I come back, I'm in my office, and I see Floyd and Fiona, in the next room, and they're playing with something, and I can't figure out what they're doing. So I walk in the foyer, and all of a sudden I see this. And I'm like, I don't know, like, what? I'm confused. What is that?
That's on the hardwood floor there.
Yeah, next to the foyer rug. And I'm like, I don't understand what's happening. And then I went into the kitchen to make a cup of coffee, and I very quickly learned what it is. So part of something was in the foyer, and in the kitchen, I got that. So I don't even know how.
Dead or in a doornail, right? Dead or in a doornail. Yeah.
Oh, completely dead, like dead. And it was so funny because Carl came over for a little bit, and I showed him this picture, and he was like, the lizard did not, he died a horrible death. And I'm like, 100%. He was like, that was a very,
I keep telling you, if we were smaller, we would be prey.
Oh, we would be prey.
They would carry us around and do the very same thing to us. Doesn't matter how much you pet them. It's only because we're bigger than them and we feed them. That's the only reason they tolerate us.
And I don't even know how the little thing got in the house, unless when I took the trash out, like some lizard, ran in or something, which is always possible. But I just was like, okay, all right, that happened.
Kathy, no, they were not protecting her. They were protecting their territory is what they were doing.
No, Louise has it right. Look, Mom, what I brought
Look what I did. Just like Shannon when they bring in the
birds and the
dead
bat.
The dead bat.
The dead bat. Oh my God. Yeah, Selena says my cat used to bring live mice and squirrels. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, Selena.
No, you know what? I would have thought so normally. Yeah, Floyd does not have speed on his side. It's 100% true. He's such a fat ass. He can't move.
No, Fiona catches the damn thing or corners it, then Floyd comes in for the gill. And Floyd eats it or does whatever he does. I mean,
but Fiona, I was watching.
He's a protein machine.
She was in her cat tree in my office. So this was all Floyd. And I'm like, really? You have an industrious side?
Yeah. Eve says that Floyd got a little tail. Yeah, exactly.
That's hysterical. Yes. Oh my gosh. One time you woke up. Hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to take
my living room floor. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, snakes are bad.
Snakes are bad. Oh my gosh. Your cat ate the head off a mouse.
That's not good.
That's bad. That's all bad. Your lab decapitated a squirrel on your foot. Oh, that's bad. I was like, they never do things like that. They just hang around and sleep and look cute and mooch for food and that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, the minute he leaves, they're like, look, we will protect the castle. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, now come rub my ass. Rub my back. Yeah,
exactly. Yay! Kelly's getting her copy of Wickedest Secrets.
Yay, Kelly!
Tonight. Yay, I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. But I am industriously working. I'm almost at the end of this book, y'all. I really am. I have a plan. I do. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. If they would just get out of bed.
Okay,
get them to want to get out of bed. But every time they're like, well, we could have that conversation or we could just screw again. And I'm like, oh, okay, here we are. Yes, William.
Okay, thank you. Chair recognize the poor man in the back. Yes. The poor reporter trying to get called on. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, you're the author. It's a surprise. You're the author. You can make them do what you want.
But they're like people who they're like, listen, we're like deeply into each other and we need to go at it again.
I don't know.
It is not, thankfully, Jan, but it's much longer than I anticipated. So there's that. And Louise, I could interpret that many ways. So
that poor gecko likes their tail long too, but they don't have it anymore.
Nicole, I'm excited too. So let's get into this just a little bit, you guys. I hope that you guys, if you've subscribed to the updates from the Kickstarter through Kickstarter, that you saw the post today about the Reed Family Reckoning discreet covers. They're beautiful.
Rachel did it again.
She did. Like, I'm just like, it's some of the prettiest things I've ever seen. Like, wow. I'm very excited.
So, Shayla, can you explain what discrete covers are again for some folks who may not know what that is?
Oh, yeah. So, you know how the existing Reed Family Reckoning covers are all couples, and Amazon has told me that said covers are way too sexy. And I'm like,
scandalous.
So these are all there's no people, there's nothing overtly sexy. You could show it to anybody, you could read it in front of anybody, you could it's objecty. How's that? Fong says we like them in bed. Yes, well, it's a good thing because yeah.
Fong, did your newsletter hit the right email address today? If it didn't, let me know. I worked on that last night, make sure it was going right.
So Kelly says you like the long, sexy books. Yeah. Okay. So this is probably, I feel like I'm saying this, but every book that I'm finishing now in this series, I feel like I'm going to yet another place that I was like, this is just way sexier than the last one. And if you guys read Wickedest Secrets, you know that was already like probably sexier than any other book in the Wicked Lover Soldiers for Hire series. And now, like, this is just blew that out of the water, like a lot. So yeah, you're gonna want to be, if you like the sexy books, you're gonna want to be a part of that for sure.
It's all the
Iris
sexy.
says,
it's all the sexy.
Yep, that your cat brings you a gift. Birds. Yeah. Oh, that just sounds nasty too.
Nasty.
Well, I do determine the beginning, the middle, of the end, but what happens? I feel like
Kelly
explanation.
Kelly knows the answer.
Was
Kelly knows the answer.
Yes.
But you're going to have to explain it because we all know how Shayla's mind is. It's crazy.
What had happened was
what had happened.
So I would be like, okay, y'all, it's time to be busy here. And then they would be like, oh, good. We're going to take there is one chapter in this book where something pivotal happens and then something smexy happens. And just this chapter is almost 15,000 words. And I was like, you guys just couldn't kind of be like, kiss, kiss, smooch, smooch, do a few things. And not even
And
close.
when have any of your characters ever done that, Shayla Black? Do you hear what I'm saying?
No, because I feel like maybe they have in the past.
It's a Butters
somewhere in the
reference, by the way.
distant. I don't know. Maybe not. Rebecca, he's with his mother in Pennsylvania. It's a whole thing. She's hopefully on the mend, and yeah, you'd have.
I think Rebecca got up to speed on it.
Okay,
Rebecca got
awesome.
up to speed, so we're good. We're good. Rebecca.
Rachel is amazing. Yes, they're very pretty. I'm very excited. Thank you guys about those covers. If you haven't seen them, you can go to the Kickstarter. I don't know how to incorporate them in the live stream the way William does, because I'm not.
Would you like me to?
Technically smart that way.
Would you like me to?
You can do that. I'm also posting the Kickstarter link for anybody. It's in the main body of the Kickstarter. So
do you
if
hear
you
what I
haven't
am
seen it
saying?
there, you are welcome to, or he can also post it.
Oh, I'm already in Kickstarter. Hang on. And I can share the screen. I got to get out of this part though. You don't care about that. Is it in the story, Shayla Black? Is that where you put it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some discreet covers don't hint that it's a romance. I think you would know these are, especially from the title. And these are, I think, to me, they're still kind of lush and almost evocative. That would be a good way. Well, Pamela, it's not just, honestly, Amazon. it is a lot of the readers too. There are tons of readers, as I learned over the weekend, who really don't like covers with people on them. So it's different strokes. I absolutely am for whatever people love. And I like both things for different reasons. So I'm happy to be able to have multiple versions.
I'm not going to be able to, Shayla, because I'm on my laptop and it's required Chrome update, so I can't do it.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Do you want to walk me through it, or
No, that's okay. Let me see if I can. Let me see.
There's the Kickstarter link if you didn't see it.
Well, here, I'll just pull it up on my phone and show it to everybody.
Oh, I could have done that. I didn't even think about that.
You can do it from your computer. You can share it, but my
Virginia.
laptop's
I
not
hope
up to
you
date.
enjoyed it. I hope you didn't throw their book across the room at the end and be like, that's the end? Where's the other half of the book? I know. Yeah, there we go. Other way. There we go. They're really, this little tiny picture doesn't do them justice. They're gorgeous.
Rachel Connolly, yet again.
Yes. That's also a thing, Kelly. And honestly, I know some people who are like, I like to read, you know, when I'm in the like school pickup line and I don't need other people knowing what I'm reading. And I'm like, I get it. I do. I remember those days. Of course, everybody knew that I was writing it. And so they would all look at me like I was some sort of crazy hoe, but whatever. I love this, Tracy. Of course. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see. I'm a little bit behind you guys. Sorry.
You know, I'll be on a plane sometimes, Shayla Black, or like back when I was working at the corporate job, and I'd be sitting, I'd see someone sitting next to me or two rows over, two seats over, reading a romance novel. And I think, should I go over there and suggest Shayla Black, or would I seem like a perv? And I just, you worry, oh, I see you like BDSM romance. Well, let me tell you a little something about that. Yeah, I don't think that would come very well for me.
Yeah. Somebody is saying, do the higher level tiers contain everything in the tiers below them? Yes. So
not in every one of them, though, Shayla
not
Black.
in every one of them. So the 25th anniversary package, which had everything in it, is actually sold out. But the tier just above it, which I believe is Second Honeymoon, has most everything in it. So if you were looking for as much of everything as possible, that's the highest tier right now that's available. But you can read everything that's available in every tier just by clicking the link, which I will go.
It'll tell you everything that's in the tier. Yes.
It'll tell you everything, like in a bullet point format. So anyway, yeah, we have the sexy covers, you guys, for Wicked Lover Soldiers for Hire duets. So right now, all the duet covers are discreet. And so those will be the sexy covers out of this collection. And then the Reed family are the discreet covers.
Cool.
That's a really good question, Lisa. Are we going to continue with both covers or switch to all discreet? I think what's probably going to happen is a mixture, because especially print, readers are tending to prefer the discreet covers in print. We'll definitely have both ebook versions available on our website. And then I'll have to talk to Mr. Man over here about, keeping, whether we're going to keep in print just sexy or discreet. And part of the problem has to do with kind of back end functionality. There's sometimes when you're using Amazon as your printer, they don't like you to have more than one print version, because they're like, wait a minute, you already have this book for sale.
Which makes you go with another
one
retailer for your print functionality, which is probably where we're going to end up going anyway. So, yep.
So it's really hard to know the.
Actually, we are going to go that way, by the way. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of new printers in the market, from a back end perspective, that we can order books from. And for a long time, we haven't really had that many that many choices, honestly, and where to get books printed. So now there's a lot more.
And it's important to get the back end right
It is.
because it's such a crucial element to the entire
I know where you're going with this.
experience.
You're excited for part 2 in a few weeks in the NSFW art. Yes, in Wicked and Bear. So if you guys didn't know, if you wanted to read Matt and Madison part 2 in ebook on my website, you'll get it early.
Yes.
And you will also get it with some not safe for work art embedded in the file that I can't deliver at any other retailer. No, Virginia, I will not leave you hanging forever. I will leave you hanging until July 18th or
Virginia,
if you order it from my website.
She's kind to you guys. I'll say this, kinder to you guys than some others that I know. So she's definitely not going to leave you hanging. Trust me.
I'm not.
You see it. You see the end of the rainbow there.
Yeah. Rachel does do an amazing job. You guys, we have been working on all of these covers for months. And when I mean months, I mean, those Read Family covers, we probably touched them every week for almost 3 months, kept whittling down what we wanted it to look like, how to do the effect, what colors we wanted to use. Like you guys, we've obsessed. We were absolutely obsessed in making these as beautiful as humanly possible.
And they're gorgeous.
They're
gorgeous. They really are. Susan Zalesko, I know nothing about what you're talking about. Know nothing what you're talking about. Pure as the driven snow.
You know what? It's so funny how many people have such strong opinions about covers. And I'm going to tell you something that I think I really realized a lot over the weekend in particular is this almost breaks down demographically. Readers who have been around for a hot minute, and you're right, I think Rhonda said it, at your age, I don't care if anybody knows what I'm reading, but readers who have been around and have read romance for a few decades really like people on the covers. They continue to gravitate to the sexy cover and all that. The younger generation wants nothing to do with people. They want their discreet covers to be artistic and interesting, and they don't really like the too spot on representation of people on the covers. They like something that's eye-catching and different. It's just, I think it's so interesting that I feel like generationally, as a general rule, not everybody, but generally, that was kind of the impression that I got from talking to readers of all ages over the weekend.
But it's a big cycle, Shayla. It's a big cycle, right?
It is.
I mean, what's out right now comes back in, and then vice versa. It's just it proves itself over and over.
Yeah. Laura, I'm not sure exactly which you mean. So if you wanted the Read Family discrete covers, if that's what you meant, the only way you're going to get them in hardcover is through this collection. We're definitely be moving the paperback versions, I think, to discrete, but it will take a while. It's probably going to be, I don't know, at least a month.
Yeah, those will be available.
Cycle through the process,
and those will be available. Why? But to get into hardback, it's only through the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know somebody. Sorry, I didn't finish my point. Somebody mentioned the cartoon covers. You know what? The publishers are the ones really driving those cartoon covers, especially for rom-coms. But now I'm seeing them for straight contemporaries. I'm seeing them for historicals. Yeah. And I think part of the reason also is you can't always find good art for what you want. People are shunning AI art for AI reasons, and I get it. But on the other hand, it's like, okay, well, if you can't find what you want and you don't want anybody to, computer generate it, so what's the next best thing is to have somebody illustrate it. It's and some people love them and they think they're cute, and some people hate them and think they're awful. Like,
see, and I thought that some of the cartoon covers were AI generated.
They're done in Illustrator usually.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because you can tell, and I actually finally saw this the other day, the stock art site that we use, I finally actually ran into some AI generated images of people. And I had heard before look at the proportions. They don't always look right. Look at hands and look at like proportions of bodies. And I saw some of a dude and his rib cage looked about, or his torso looked about 20 miles long compared to his neck. And I was like, yeah. And then like where his pecs came together looked like droopy. It was very odd. I mean, it was very odd. Yeah, Lori, exactly. Some people, it's not that, you know, you're ashamed of what you're reading. It's like you just don't want to hear the BS from the people who are,
Well, you don't want the
gone to the food
judgments.
school.
You don't want the judgments of other people.
Yeah, it's
People
not
judging other
necessary.
people don't have the time of day for them.
It's
So
not necessary. You're liking the never know. You know what? I saw a conversation about this today about whether people like trigger warnings or not trigger warnings, and we've talked about those and why I currently don't have them, and I have a mixed bag of feelings about them. But what was funny was some people were like, I need to know, you know, I just don't want to pick up a book that's not safe. And other people were like, screw it. Like exactly that. I want to pick up a book and be surprised. And sometimes the trigger warnings are spoilers. And they're like, I don't want to be spoiled. So I was like, I see all these arguments. I do.
and I would think the trigger warnings, and I respect people that need that want that, but can't that be kind of an infinite
Hi, Eric.
list as well? Because you really don't know what's one person's triggers and what's another person's trigger, right?
Yeah, exactly. Jan, we weren't planning to do dust jackets. It's something, you know, maybe we'll do down the road. Right now, they're just hardcovers. I personally, you know, we talked about doing it. I'm going to be honest. I personally am not a fan of dust jackets because the minute they rip, and I inevitably rip them, then they're like useless to me. And then I end up chucking them.
Right.
I just, it's a me thing. I guess I just can't be gentle
Now,
with them. I already know.
that may be something we look at doing at like a con where you have a limited edition book with something unique like that we can control how it gets there and how it gets into the customer's hand, if you will, so nothing damages it. But that would be something unique. Yeah.
This is another great question. So will we have prints of the not safe for work art for paperback purchases? It's something that we are looking into in the use of vellum papers that you can like tuck over the words, and they're really pretty. And I've seen other people do it. It's something that it took us forever to find a printer who would do it. We finally did, but unfortunately it was too late for this particular campaign. However, it's something that we can look at for the future. So I won't say no. I don't know about Wicked and Bear just because we're 3 weeks from launch, less than 3 weeks from launch. So I don't know if it'll be this time, but look for some of those vellum add-ons in the future because I know a lot of people enjoy them. And I didn't know what they were for a long time. And then I got to see some and I was like, this is really kind of awesome and fantastic. It's one reason I was actually putting not safe for work art in the ebook files because I actually saw it in an ebook file and I was like, I dig this. I didn't think I was going to like this,
Yeah.
but it added a little like almost mood to the book anyway, which I was enjoying. So,
And you know what? One of the starts to that was in Endless and those pages that Rachel did for us on the interior, seeing how beautiful it was on a hardback, knowing that we could do a little bit more and something a little bit more provocative in an ebook that we controlled ourselves.
Yeah.
So
there is not safe for work art in the ebook version of Wicked as Secrets if you bought it from the store. I cannot deliver those files on the platforms. They will not allow it. So you can only get them from my store. I can deliver things. Like I said, I always say better, cheaper, faster from my store because I have total control over it and they can't tell me what I can and can't do in my own store. So
they can try, but they'll never succeed.
Christina, I'm kind of that way too. I find that I like some discreet covers. I find that I like some people covers. I think I really feel, though, personally, as if I'm in the mood for something more than sexy people covers, just because I feel like I've been looking at them for 40 years. And it's hard to make that, since we really aren't allowed to go super not safe for work on a cover the way we could in the early days of like Alora's Cave and all. You can't do that anymore. So I think I'm at the point now where I would almost take an artistic cover over like a tepid cover, because I've seen a lot of covers with people on them that are just tepid. That's about the best way I can put it. But that's just, my opinion. Everybody has their own thing, and I see some people buying the things that they want to buy, as they should. I'm not sure what you mean here, Brenda. I have the duets in one volume, and I'm not sure what you mean by book covers. You mean the jackets? The jackets have to be printed in bulk. That's the problem. I can't just print a jacket for one or two people who might want it. I think the
Right.
minimum order on a print jacket is something like 1,000 copies. So, and maybe not that much. Maybe it's 500, but I know it's bulk. So unless I have a huge outpouring for people who want that kind of thing, dust jackets are just a little more challenging. Yeah, Kelly, and this kind of goes with the argument of, remember when there was the big trend of cutting heroes off like right here, so you could see like nose, mouth, chin, jaw, but you weren't seeing eyes and hair and all of that kind of stuff. And some people loved it and some people hated it. And the argument always for, cutting them off here and people loving it was, but I get to imagine the rest of it. And I just think everybody has their own personal preference, and you can't make everybody happy. I've seen that too, and I get so frustrated. I'm like, if you're not a romance reader,
but you know what? That's okay. That's okay. If that's
but it's
kind of what they,
you're
for
hiding
them,
somebody's ability to
I
make a
agree.
living.
But
That's
if that's
not
what they
okay.
want, that's how they feel. That's fine. But I just hate that they have to do it.
Kelly, could you show the Reed family covers again in case Kelly missed them? They're discreet.
Oh, sure.
They're discreet. They're not like the ones we did for Love Box. It's a completely different look. That was something similar or something different because the Love Books asked us to do something beachy themed. So they got something beachy themed, but these are specific. I mean, these are exactly what I wanted. I'll be honest. These are exactly what I wanted. I think they're beautiful and lush. And like I said, they're evocative without being overtly sexy. The thumbnails do not do them justice.
No. And as soon as we get the proofs in, we'll share it with everybody. So
let's see. So I feel like, and I see some people saying if it's this kind of cover, that kind of cover, or whatever, like I just won't buy the book. I'm going to tell you guys, one of my favorite books of all time had one of the ugliest covers on it. Ugly, awful. I to the point where I could not tolerate. Like I had to cover the book before I could read it, but everybody kept going, read it, read it, read it, read it. I loved that book. I've probably read that book 5 times at least, and that's a lot for me. So, the don't judge a book by its cover thing, it's a real thing, y'all. It is. Is there a plan and then it works to just offer the special edition hardbacks and another Kickstarter in a few months or next year? We have not discussed that, but we're still talking through. So apparently we have some flexibility to do some things. Am I understanding this right on the survey? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. After the campaign ends, when we do survey fulfillments, we may have an opportunity for folks to add on some additional things that they may have wanted, but was not included in their tier, like a second wine glass or a copy of a certain book or something like that. We're going to see what we can do to make that happen in the survey function. The way Kickstarter works is the campaign ends, you all are awesome, we make it happen, and then I start sending surveys out to everyone to say, oh yeah, by the way, what's your mailing address? What's this? What, details? How do you want it personalized? So that we have that information. So when our stock comes in, remember, we're fulfilling this in August. It'll be toward the latter part of August when everybody gets it. But when those come in, and that way those surveys may allow us to facilitate, will allow us to facilitate some additional last minute add-ons, if you will, that we didn't have as a part of our campaign.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to have all that resolved and maybe in the works by Friday.
Depending. You're not going to be here, so I don't know.
Well, I'm working on it while I'm here, so yeah.
All right. Does it save a ton of money to do AI photos? No. Well, I guess it depends. If you're a person who's capable of doing your own AI art as opposed to paying a photographer, like let me put it this way. There's exclusive images which are done by somebody like Wonder. If you've seen him walking around conventions smelling amazing as he always
Wonder
does.
is the most beautiful man I've ever seen.
He really is. Like
the most beautiful man I've ever seen. I swear to God.
He's stunning.
And for me to say that, that's pretty damn good.
He's lovely. He's kind. He's funny. Love Wonder to death. But he hires model. He does photo shoots. Those are exclusive images and you pay for them. And I have quite a few images from Wonder. Then you have stock photo sites, which anybody can buy the license to use this photo, but they can sell it many, many, many times. And they do. So that's why sometimes you see the same dude or the same couple on so many covers. It's because it's come from a Deposit Photos or a iStock or a Getty Images or something like that. Whereas, the exclusive images will run you, a few $100s to almost $1,000 a piece. You can get some sort of package from a stock photo site where it's like, get 100 pictures for $20 or something like that. And then it's about how you Photoshop it and crop it and do all those things to kind of make it interesting, right? AI, if you are a kind of person who used to, only use exclusive images and you don't want anybody else to use your images, I've seen some people justify using AI art that they've created themselves because they're like, see, this is my thing and nobody else can use it and it costs me a lot less.
Yeah.
If you are the artist yourself, like you do you, it's your book, it's your art, you do you. But for the most part, the thing about AI photos is where I've seen other people try to justify using it is I can't find exactly what I want. I'm looking for something so incredibly specific that I can't even Photoshop my way into it, which sounds dumb, but it does happen. Still not a fan, but again, you're not going to, as somebody pointed out to me, you can say that you're going to stop AI in your life, but it's already infiltrated. It's in your spell checkers. It's in your grammar checkers. We've talked about this as a team and how do you assure people that you are writing your own books? And I've seen some authors make these blanket statements where it's like, no AI was used in the writing of this book. I'm like, if you spell checked your book, you've just used some AI. Like it's in a lot of your predictive texts.
I took biology twice, so I think I can talk about this. Artificial intelligence is basically an amalgamation of source material, right? So taking that source material and reinterpreting that source material based on the query that was input. So sometimes I think the response people think they're going to get is not necessarily a creative response, but basically a combination of source material that was sitting out there. And to me, I don't know how you claim that as something that's new or proprietary if the algorithm or the database fed it like that. So I don't know enough about it, but it's weird.
You can answer that question.
What question is that? Oh, Wicked and Barra be in your store in paperback to order soon. Sharon Coffee, it is on pre-order in the Shayla store right now. Right now.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question. That's one that I can answer in the affirmative instead of saying, oh shit, I don't have it done yet. Okay, so I got it done.
You love the overlays, but you were talking about postcards. It's not part of this collection, but you know, maybe in the next Kickstarter, which may come sooner than you think. You never know.
Oh, by the way, I need to amend something.
Okay.
The 2 sexiest men on the earth:
Okay.
Wander, Christian Blakely. I'm just gonna say, Wander is we can all learn something from Wander, but Christian Blakely brings something to the table. If you
Does
guys don't
he?
watch Talk Tuesdays with Anna and Christian, they are freaking amazing, and they make me laugh every time.
Do you have
Very
a man
sexy man.
crush? Are you having a man crush right
He's
now?
an amazing man, and he's so amazing that he and
Listen,
I.
you're only happy because he gave you the boats and hose shirt.
Well, I got my boats and hose shirt from. Well, yeah, I owe him for that. But he and I are going to be doing something separately as romance author husbands, and we're going to be announcing it soon. I was hoping to announce it maybe this week, but you guys know circumstances are not going to allow me to do that. So Christian's been kind to let us put that off for a little bit. But he and I are going to be launching something, and then I actually touched base with another romance author husband, and I will not mention the name because everyone will freak. But he's interested in joining as well. So
Which should
more
be
soon.
hysterical, by the way.
More soon.
Yes. Let's see. Lisa said
And
she
no, we
did-
will not be laid out on a bearskin rug,
No.
but you're close. All right, go ahead,
Lisa,
Shayla.
if you didn't get the version of Wickedest Secrets from the store that had the not safe for work art, I don't know why, but reach out to him and he will try to help you. I don't know what happened.
Lisa responded also separately about that, Shayla. She said she found it in the book funnel file, but it didn't translate over to her Kindle. I didn't know that.
Wow. I didn't know that either.
That's not good.
I'm annoyed now.
So they stripped it.
They stripped it. Bastards. Well, I know why, because again, it costs them money supposedly to convert your file from whatever to Kindle, which is BS, but okay. Whatever. Let's see. Oh, I do see your thing now, Lisa. Sorry about that. Yeah, see, I'm that way too, Nikki Ann. I tend very much to take my iPad with me everywhere I go. So let's see. La 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 la. La 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 la. I'm sorry, I'm like way behind. Sorry about that, you guys. Would you like to sing and dance while I catch up with comments?
No, not really.
Oh, aren't you helpful?
Give me that old time religion. No, okay, no.
Yeah, Wonder is gorgeous as when he's on a cover. He is on the cover of Sarah Kate's Highest Bidder, which is also a good book, by the way. And he looks fantastic. Hi, Nancy. Good to see you. Thank you very much. I'm a little bit farther behind.
That's my mom's
cuckoo clock or
grandfather clock. Not a cuckoo clock.
Whatever.
It's a grandfather. I have the same one in my office at home. So,
but you turned all the bells off.
She and my dad bought my sister and I the same grandfather clocks for Christmas or birthdays or Christmas one year, and
Christmas, I think.
I have it hanging in my office. But I did turn off the ringer because Shayla Black can't stand it.
When I have multiple voices characters in my head, how do I block the others and focus on the main character? Listen, I just tell people sometimes that they're going to have to wait their turn. Like it's a little, I feel like sometimes I'm mentally running a preschool where I'm like, no, not everybody can have their juice box right now. Like some of you just need to sit down or take a nap.
Some of them you need to send to the corner.
Yes.
You know, when I acted up, they gave me a piece of chalk and I had to go to the board and draw a circle and put my nose in the circle. Because I was a bad boy.
Kathy, his name is Wonder Aguilar, and you can find him on Facebook. He is he's a fabulous photographer. He also does some romance cons. He's doing one in August in San Antonio. I think he does one annually in San Antonio, but he also, I think, is doing another one somewhere else next year. I don't remember though. And just an all-around nice guy.
He's a great guy. Great guy. We're going to spend some time with him in Vegas in November.
Yes, yes, we are. Is this a paid advertisement by Christian Blakely?
Well, the check hasn't cleared yet, Jan. I'm just going to say,
Yeah.
he's an awesome dude. I'll say
I
that.
feel like
He and his
Woke
wife are
Husband
awesome.
Bromance should be a series. You know what, Christina? Maybe we should.
Kind of a TV cop series.
Oh, here we go, Kathy. There you go. You can see Wonder's work. He's so good at what he does, you guys. He really is, and he's dedicated to doing a great job. We should name the butterfly behind Charlie. Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I'm feeling a Sophia. What do you think? Sophia?
Okay.
Or Rump? Something? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, Kelly, they get a little bit of a timeout, and I'm like, listen, you guys, it's not your turn. You just need to. It's not your turn. Yeah.
One day you'll learn how to actually use your authority, Shayla Black. I think you need to watch a little more Eric Cartman.
Yeah.
And respect
my authority.
Your authority.
Yeah.
Authority. Yes.
Authority. Which I put in a book, by the way.
Which, by the way, we need to go to Casa Bonita in Denver. They just reopened Casa Bonita. That was from a South Park episode.
Oh.
The South Park guys bought it, refurbished it, $40 million.
Oh my gosh.
They've got cave divers in this Mexican restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
All these events. It was a big adventure on South Park. I need to show you that video.
Oh my
gosh.
Awesome.
It's awesome. We need to go. I would die.
Yeah, so Christina's saying that Wonder is at almost all the signings. He came by and saw us briefly. He was running around at Book Bonanza.
He's a hugger. He's a hugger.
He's an awesome dude.
Awesome man. Awesome man.
Anyhow, and Rebecca would like to know if I need a booby bodyguard. That's why I take him with me, because pretty much nobody's getting to these.
The helping hands, Rebecca. The helping hands.
For sure. For sure. So, do you want to talk a little bit more about Book Bonanza?
Well, Nicole's already saying road trip. She's in for Casa Bonita. Casa Bonita.
Perfect.
Casa Bonita. I got to show you that episode. It's awesome. It's awesome. Anyway. Oh yeah, Ruth saw the interview about refurbishing Casa Bonita. That's just so cool. I think it's so cool. It's awesome.
What is Casa Bonita?
It's a restaurant, but
okay.
Back in its heyday, it was just an event place, right? So you go in and have dinner, Mexican dinner, and then they had authentic like cave divers. They had things for kids to do. It was just a huge indoor restaurant amusement park almost.
Yeah.
And so it fell on hard times. And then because they featured it, because that was in their when they were kids, they went there.
Okay.
And that's what they wrote about. And
okay.
it was, of course, with Cartman kind of being a jerk there. But anyway, so then they said, you know what? It was going into bankruptcy, going to shut down. So they bought it, poured $40 million in the sucker, and it's being reopened. And that's going to be awesome. Yeah, Ruth says they said they had to buy it. Yes, yeah. I saw that interview. They were dead set they were not going to let anything happen in that place.
Yeah. And I love Mexican food. So, somebody had another question. Hang on. Let's see. There was something else. Dang it. Okay. I can't find it now. Wonder's work. So if you guys were wanting to know which books of mine have Wonder pictures on them, Zion Tess, Wicked as Lies, and Wicked and True are both covers are Wonder images, as are Wicked as Seduction and Wicked and Forever. Those two are also Wonder images. So now you know.
And Shannon got up and close with some of his models at an adventure in Vegas that we may have talked about once, but of course I'm not one to embarrass Shannon.
Oh no,
so,
never.
Shannon got the full Monty experience.
Pretty much, yeah, right in the face.
And yes, and you know what? She's never been the same since. think she's kind of loosened up a little bit, frankly, actually.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
So let's see. Kelly says, how far apart are we right now, miles wise? It's almost 1,300 miles. I looked.
Yeah. Did you look, really?
I did.
So you want to talk a little bit about Book Bonanza, Shayla Black?
Yeah.
I think, Book Bonanza, we've done how many now? Three Book Bonanzas,
Yeah,
4
I
Book
guess
Bonanzas.
so. I am officially, by the way, a smut slut because somebody came and gave me a bracelet.
Yes, they did.
Which was awesome. I was very happy.
And you know what? We always have a good time. It's the longest con we ever go to, right? So it's 2 days in a row. It's from 2 to 6 for the signing, and then there's panels that Shayla participated in on Saturday, and then other events going on, of course, the whole time. And it's a long 2 days. But I'll say this: people are so enthusiastic. I see so many people that are so enthusiastic to see authors. And I'll say for the Book Bonanza team, and trust me, nothing's 100%. You have that many people with that many events and limited edition things. I don't care how well organized you are.
Wristbandings.
You're gonna have issues. And the volunteers were great this year. They were really good. But I'll say this: I still say Book Bonanza is still the most one of the most organized. Well, Book Bonanza and Readers on the River, I think those two right there are some of the most organized, well organized, and oiled machine conventions, author signings that I've been to, because they're just done with professionalism, and I think they really look out for the fans. They're there for the fans, and I think it's awesome.
Christina's saying that it was a cluster from her perspective. And I think what's interesting is the authors and the readers really, because we're not in the lines, we don't see the things that you see, that kind of thing. We didn't see it. We heard about it later on. And also because we weren't staying at the hotel, the supposed break-in into the signing room, which this is all gossip. Like, I have no idea how true this actually is, but somebody's telling me that somebody broke into the signing room to get like special edition books or ARCs or something like that between Friday night and Saturday signing, and that they caught them and whatever.
Like, I guess I should be a little upset.
But I don't know if that's true. Because I saw none of that behavior.
But Shayla, I think I have to be a little upset because they didn't steal from us. So they're probably, were we not important enough? What's going on?
Well, from my understanding is that there were some people couldn't get the wristbands they wanted. And some of those wristbanded authors had brought limited quantities of signing special.
And when you do limited stuff,
and they they weren't going to get a copy of that.
Well, you're not.
Book.
It should not encourage thievery, but still, people should know how to act. So that's inexcusable. But
night, Lisa. I'm so
good
sorry
night, Lisa.
about your brother again. Our hearts go out to you.
Yes, darling.
Thank you, honey, for coming.
Yes, Shannon says Charlie will be ziplining in Vegas as an apology for the incident at our Las Vegas trip. Shannon, it slipped. I'm sorry. It just slipped. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect it to.
Yeah, Jan said she heard about fist finds in H.D. Carlton's line.
What?
And that could be, and I know some of it, I heard about pushing and shoving. I didn't hear about fist fights. I heard pushing and shoving, and I heard somebody actually was asked to leave because they were cutting in front of somebody who was disabled, which is awful.
That's wrong.
So,
cutting from the line anyway is wrong.
And I think part of the problem is, it's just you get a lot of people in, not a small space, because that is not a small space, but like that much togetherness. And you're going to have some people who just don't get along.
Right.
Jana said, yeah, I saw somebody selling their limited editions. I heard of somebody selling a limited edition book out of a book signing that happened about 2 weeks ago, taking their limited edition book that they had signed and selling it. Somebody bought it on eBay for $3,000. It's awful. We would
know what this is?
Author, I would never want anybody to pay that for a book.
You know what it's like, Shayla? It's like these professional
Autograph.
seekers.
Yeah,
They get people to sign a ton of stuff, and they go immediately and sell it. And that's a profession. I think we're just talking here. This is a very small microcosm of individuals, but because most folks don't even think about doing stuff like that. But it's sad that it's come to the romance community.
Yeah, Christina, because she was out there in the lines, joked about giving people black eyes. Well, you weren't alone. But attendees were shoving people in the wristband line. Somebody described the wristband line as the Hunger Games, and I was like, "Oh gosh."
The Hunger Games.
Stealing wristbands. Yeah, I heard about that too. And threatening. Yeah, it's so bad. It's bad.
So I think from our perspective, we had a good time. We always have a good time with everyone that comes, and I will post in the beauties all the pictures.
Back in the hospital. Please take care of you.
Yes,
and
yes,
him, and
yes.
we're sending you our thoughts and prayers.
Yes, yes. Get well.
So that was, the parts of Book Bonanza that I saw as an author were all the good parts, to be honest.
The only dangerous situation I think we've ever been in a book signing was a con we did in Florida years ago, where the room was overfilled.
Oh,
it was way overfilled. It should have never had that many people.
No.
And there was no way that I could see going straight forward from your table to get out. Mm-hmm. And I was 5 seconds from grabbing her and saying, "We are not doing the signing. We are leaving," because it was just dangerous. The only saving grace is where they sat us. There were exit doors right behind us.
Right.
So, in a bathroom. So that made her happy.
That's important. In a 6-hour signing.
It was a dangerous situation, and I would never want to see something like that happen again.
Where there was no easy way to get to an exit. Like, we went to one in the not too distant past where I was like, if there's a fire, I'm not getting out of here.
Right.
I would never make it to the door, because they had piled boxes and boxes and boxes between authors and attendees and all the exits, and nobody was getting out of that room.
Which is why I go with you, because I will get you to an exit. That's just, you just grab onto me and I will get you to an exit. There's no doubt about that. Or we'll make one.
Yeah, right. That's a really great question. Sorry about this. Has been discussed. Will Mallory's book be getting an audio release? She hasn't started the audio process yet. She probably needs to get herself, if you have not bought Mallory's book, her first one, How to One Night Stand, is out. Please.
And she was at Book Bonanza.
Really cute.
She was at Book Bonanza, and she got a chance to see and sell a couple of her books, which was awesome.
Awesome.
And How to Fake a Fiance book 2 comes out in September.
But she probably needs to get a little more momentum. As you know, the cost of doing an audiobook is prohibitive, is really expensive, and she's not there yet. She needs to build up her readership. So if you know somebody who likes cute contemporary romances with a little snark and a little heat, then she's your girl. Where were the fire marshals? Yeah,
Janine, then they appeared the second. Not that next one, but the second one, because they made everyone line up outside. So the fire marshals got involved in Florida, but not the event that we went to. I miss Florida events, but maybe one day.
Thank you, Kathy. Her first book, I think, was pretty amazing, actually, and Virginia said so too. Thank you.
Thank you. Tracy, we still love seeing that quilt. It's beautiful when you shared it. Oh my gosh.
So awesome.
That was a hard work too, I'm sure.
Oh, because I and my hat is completely off to you. I can't even sew a button. Ask him. I cannot.
I got to tell you, on the plane coming up here, Shayla, on Monday morning, there was a lady over there, and she was helping her daughter and her kid. But immediately before we were taxiing out, she's got her crochet out, and she's just. That must have been her nervous mechanism or something, because she was crocheting like a banshee, man. She probably had a sweater done before we landed. I'm just saying.
I can't do any of that. And another vote. Connie said she loved it so much. Thank you.
They do look like ear piercings, don't they, Rebecca? I mean, I should get the big holes in my ears, right, Shayla? Is that what the kids do now?
The gauges. That's what they're
The
called.
gauges? Is that what they're
Mhm.
called? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not happening. No.
No.
I have beautiful lobes.
So yeah, I mean, they used to, and I don't even think you can do this. Well, you can, but it's nobody recommends you do it because it's fraught with problems where you can do what they call royalty share with the narrator. So, they'll do the work basically for free, and you only pay them, not free, you pay them 50% of what the cost would have
It's a
been.
contingency, or not contingency, but it's a what's the
You
lawyer
share, and then
word?
you share the royalties
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
forever. And a lot of authors, have said that they would never do that again because for the every once in a while for somebody who made it really big with their audio, then they ended up giving this narrator like tons and tons, way more than they ever would have made. So, but I understand that they're taking a chance also by narrating a book for somebody who may never make them hardly any money. Like I get
Right,
it.
right.
The other problem, so the only other way is if you can get an audio publisher to want to pick it up, and y'all know I used to work with one for a long time, but of course they pick and choose who they want to produce their audiobooks. And then so your only other opportunity is to pay for the narration outright, but it depends how much it costs based on the length of your book and the narrators you choose. But it's not uncommon for the production of a single ebook to be somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000, just to give
And
you like
cheap, and you got to come up with that money pretty
up
quickly.
front.
Yeah.
Up
And
front.
but I'll say this about producing the stuff yourself gives you such a
So much more
level of control over it.
Mhm.
Knowing Shayla is just, you guys know how she is about her books when she has to hand over the audio and has no control over how a lot of that stuff's produced and distributed. Drives her insane.
Insane. Julie's asking, having never been to a book signing, do you pay for one author you choose? No. So it doesn't work like fan cons at all. So usually what it is you pay a fee to get in the room.
Right.
And then depending on the size of the con and depending if an author needs to be wristbanded, meaning they know that line's going to be so long and they can't have that many people lining up at once. So what they do is they give out wristbands, and it's like 25 people at a time can go get in that line. And then when those wristbands are fulfilled, then the next group of people, their numbers are called. Basically, it's like standing at the deli and waiting for your number to be called a little bit, right? But once you're in the room, the only things that are, seeing somebody doesn't cost you money. What costs you money is obviously if you want to buy books. So
Right.
let's see. Apparently non-authors can buy audio rights from ACX. I have not heard about this. I guess it depends if somebody did the narration. No, even then, I have not heard about it. I haven't heard people complaining about this at all. So yeah, it is a risk versus reward, and there is a correlation between how big your audience is and whether you think, because then of that size of audience, there are only so many people who are going to buy an audiobook. Because even if you have credits and whatnot, it's still more expensive than obviously buying an ebook. So you have to have enough of a readership that you're going to have people who are like, or who are among those who are just audio listeners, or who are being like, I'm that person who likes to buy the ebook and then I like to listen along with the audiobook, all of that kind of stuff. You love Mallory's second book. Yeah.
That second cover is cool. That second book's cover is pretty cool.
Yep. Exactly.
Nicole Lane has the comment of the night here. Here, I'll get it.
He froze.
No, I'm here.
No, you weren't. You froze for me.
Am I back?
You are now.
Okay, let me pull it back up. Nicole Lane has the comment of the night. 2 hours left.
Of what? For
Less than
us?
2 hours left for the
Oh,
Kickstarter.
for Kickstarter. Sorry. No, it's 2.5 because it's midnight central.
Oh, is it Central? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I only set it up, so I don't know these
Well,
things.
you should only know that.
Yeah.
And Tracy says it was never frozen for her. That's interesting. Okay,
Tracy,
so I
I
have no
don't
idea
like
what he
this
said. I
remote
guess he's talking to
situation.
y'all and not me.
This is so hard for us. It's hard for me because we're so used to being next to each other and just going off of each other, and it's just not right. It really isn't. I don't know how people do it in news and have a rep art. I can't act. Sorry. I can try, but I can't.
Every single book of mine in audio, most of them, I won't say all, some are really so short that it isn't really possible. Things like, well, even Devoted to Wicked is like, it's a short novella. It's in ebooks with other things that are, or not ebooks, audiobooks with other things that are short, which is like Wicked to Love, and I think Wicked All the Way was its own audiobook. I can't remember. I think there was 2 or 3 titles that were short like that together in one audiobook because and it's about Audible credits. Nobody wants to use the credit they get every month for a book that's only like an hour, right? They want.
Did you talk about who we got back last week, baby?
I did.
Okay.
But for those of you who are wanting to know, yes, the confession is right now in Christian Fox's hands. I think we're going to have this book out maybe in August, September, but I don't know for sure. I know when I've been told
the audiobook.
Yeah, the audiobook. I've been told when I'll have the confession files in my hand, but until I actually see them, I know audio is harder, and there is some back and forthing of I have to listen to the file, and if there's anything that's inaccurate or misspoken or whatever, I have to send it back. He has to re-record. Like it's a process, y'all.
And yet again, there's even more Christian Fox news. Shayla Black.
Yes, he will also be doing Naughty Little Secret. So that's something that is upcoming. And
for those of you that don't know, we got the rights back to Naughty Little Secret audio, and we're reproducing the audio, but on our own and with Christian. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So and that's a lot of it right there. And it is so expensive. And the other thing that happens is authors who didn't really get involved, whatever, in audio. Well, now, and I have a dear friend who's, 30 books into her career, and she's like, I can't afford to do 30 books of audio. Like,
who could?
Like, it would be hundreds of thousands of dollars to be like, okay, and I'm in audio now. She's like, and that's when I was like, you kind of just need to like pick, your best or first in series or like whatever. Yeah.
And by the way, the pre-orders for those books yet to come are already sitting in the Shayla store.
The audiobooks, yes.
The audiobooks, yes.
So those will be, again, in the, better, faster, cheaper department. If you're not a person who relies on your Audible credits, you will get the ebook from us first. You will get it the cheapest it'll be out there. And you will definitely, it'll be like, you'll get it first, honestly, and better, cheaper, faster. Well, it's be better because I said so. Because
Book Funnel does a great job in delivering.
They do.
We appreciate their partnership. They're
I did
awesome.
it myself just to see if I could, and I did.
Are they going to be in Vegas at the author event that we're going to, or the reader event, or the industry event?
They who?
You remember? Book Funnel.
I don't recall. We should look that up.
Need to look that up.
What is more cost efficient, audio or paperback? For the author, it's much cheaper to produce a paperback. The same software that formats your ebook also formats your print book. So once you've done the vast majority of the work, it's just a matter of clicking a few more buttons and it generates the file that you upload, and here comes a paperback. Audio is, I have to send somebody my raw file, who then organizes with the narrator, who then narrates, and I have to send lists of, this is how you pronounce this or that. This is, the inflection I want here or there. It's a very detailed process. And I think I was telling you guys last week with Doomsday Brethren, because they're all my upcoming paranormal series. If you didn't know, that starts re-releasing in October. I had to tell the narrators, British accents are a very specific thing, and if you've spent a lot of time around Brits or in the UK, they all have very specific accents, and somebody who's from London is not going to sound like somebody who's from Yorkshire, who's not going to sound like somebody from Wales. They're all going to sound distinctly different. And I have characters from all over the UK in that series, so I had to pick a narrator who could actually accommodate that level of accent. So that's that.
And we were hoping to meet Ava Erickson at Book Bonanza, who is going to be the female narrator on
She's
Tempt Me with Darkness. No, I thought it was Tempt Me with Darkness.
No, she's Madison.
Oh, she's Madison. Sorry,
yeah,
that's right.
No,
Madison.
The narrator for Tempt Me with Darkness is John Lane and Zara Hampton Brown.
Sorry, I got that wrong. But we tried to meet Ava Erickson, but Ava, I don't think she was there. We met Ava Lucas, who was awesome.
Yeah,
she's an awesome person. Love her. But
Nikki
I was hoping to meet her
question.
too.
Can we gift people ebooks from your store, or is it better to get a gift card?
It's going to be better to get the gift card, because the way it's set up, Nikki Ann, is that ebook notification from BookFunnel is going to come to the email address that purchased the ebook. And I don't know a way around that right now. So I think it's probably better with the gift card. I don't know a better answer to that. I'm sorry.
So if they don't come from Audible, you get it on BookFunnel. Yes. So if you buy it from my store, you'll get, I think, an email, and you just basically click the link and you sign into BookFunnel, and then you can listen from the BookFunnel app. You can also, is it enabled to listen in a browser still?
Yes, it is.
So for instance, that's what we were trying. We enabled that the other day. So I am actually listening to this.
No, it's been enabled. It's been enabled.
Okay. I'm actually listening to this in Safari on my phone.
So you can either do it on the BookFunnel app or on a browser of your choice. So
yeah, exactly.
We try to be as full service as possible.
And then they have a library, just like, every other audio thing.
Oh, you got to meet Jason Clark too.
I did. I got to meet Jason Clark. Super nice, you guys. He was super nice, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so excited." He rattled some of my titles immediately back off to me, and we had a lovely conversation. Just a really nice guy. So I do like the duet narration. I obviously can't go back for back titles, because most of those honestly were done through Tantor, so I don't even have the rights to do that. But going forward, a lot of them will be. I'm not doing it for Unbroken Heavenly Rising, because Christian Fox, well, actually any of the Unbroken books, Christian Fox has done them all himself. He has every single voice already down. They have a distinct voice. He knows those characters. Everybody listening knows exactly who's speaking, because he's so good about that. So I'm very excited to have him back. But right now it's I'm doing duet narration for most everything going forward. You read books from Jody. I had to ask a friend to tell me some of the slang. Yeah, it's different. It's definitely
slang,
different.
Depending upon what region of the country too, right? And then Selena had a really good point.
That's it. It was the code thing. I did that the other morning before coffee, just saying.
Nikki Ann, I didn't even think about that. So Nikki Ann, hopefully you're still here and you can see this. Yes, it sends the email to you with how to download, and you could share that with them if you wanted to. So.
Yeah. So you can pre-order ebook, print, and audio from my store now for Wicked and Bear, Tempt Me with Darkness. You can also pre-order the new audio for Naughty Little Secret. I feel like I'm missing something. There was
no, there's Wicked as Secrets. which is available now.
Oh, that's right. 'cause
Wicked
it's
and
available
Bear,
now.
Naughty Little Secret, and Tell Me Where Darkness. Not
Yeah,
necessarily in that order. Yes.
I'm like getting my brain confused, but yes.
So
he
if
is
you go to the Shayla store, you'll see an icon for audiobooks. Should be the first one. Boom, and you'll see them all
Yep.
at a discount.
He is correct, y'all.
It's like I paid attention.
I know. Well, we've kept these lovely people for an hour and a half, William.
Well, I'm just looking at the clock here. We're what? And how many? Two and a half
hours.
and 29 minutes. Okay, before it ends. So
I know.
just wanted to shout out to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for supporting the Kickstarter. We learned so much from the first one. Brought all this over to the second one, and I think the second one has just blown our expectations away. I wonder what comes next. Anyway, it's amazing. I think Shannon and Rachel will be in town next month, and I wonder what we'll be talking about.
One of those things.
Yeah, exactly. So as the Kickstarter ends, y'all, we'll be sending surveys out to everybody for fulfillment. That fulfillment will take place toward the latter part of August, just because we have to order everything in bulk. And once those get in, then we have to box them all and pack them
every
with.
box is almost individual at this point because there were so many choices in between the add-ons and the tiers, and like every box will be its own box.
And Shayla Black will pack them all with
love.
Love. That's right. That's
right. Really quickly, Kathy. I am currently drinking Starbucks cinnamon dulce. I like cinnamon coffees is what I'm finding. And Pioneer Woman had a great cinnamon roll coffee, and now you can't seem to get it anymore, which is really frustrating. But so it's currently Starbucks cinnamon dulce, and I use the good old typical Coffee Mate hazelnut creamer because I dig that.
My mom had hazelnut here, Folgers hazelnut, which is not my thing. So I'm going with the Tim Hortons K-Cups. Yes, Tim Hortons.
Yes, which is another favorite of his.
The Canada.
Yep. Well, thank you guys so much for being here, for joining us.
Hold on. Sharon is asking the link for your store. So if you go to shaylablack.com,
I'll grab it for you right quick.
And you'll see the store icon on the header at the far right. But Shayla can put the link in.
Because I have the fast.
You're fast, Shayla Black? Is that what
I have the fast mouse.
You're fast.
And for those of you who wanted signed copies of Mallory's books, you can also get those.
Cool. And that's the bookstore right there. So if you want to highlight that, Shayla Black, that's awesome.
There you go.
ShaylaBlack.com/bookstore. I can remember that.
We made it
so
simple.
Guys, thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate all the hugs and prayers and love for my mom. Sorry I got broken up earlier, but it just hits me like a ton of bricks. So
See,
she's doing better.
Pretend that he has no feelings, and y'all.
I have no feelings except when they leak out. It's like the Grinch. He says, "I'm leaking." I don't like that. I don't like that. I work hard to keep them in.
I know that you don't like it, but
God, I hate
it. Real.
God, I hate it. All right. Well, we love you guys.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for the kind wishes and the words for my mother-in-law. Thank you very much for all your participation in the Kickstarter. It made my 25th anniversary. I feel so blessed and happy, and I have the best fans ever, just saying. And there's more fun to come. I promise. And thank you guys for spending your Wednesday night with us.
1 hour and 26 minutes, Shayla Black.
No,
59 seconds.
Oh, I thought you were saying how long we've been talking.
No, yeah, we've been talking almost as long as the Kickstarter has left. I know. Anna and Christian go a lot longer than we do, so they have perseverance.
Oh,
I thought I went long.
I thought I went too long. Has a better bladder.
Apparently, I don't go long enough. Another reason Christian's on my top 2 list. I mean, it's just all it is. All right.
I know.
Love you guys.
See you next Wednesday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.